Well, if that happens, we have a lot to look forward to.
Pay the man.
In a soon-to-be rookie, Penn State's Saquon Barkley. A lot of hype about the running back out of Penn State. So, overreaction or not, Barkley is better than any running back from last year's draft class. So, is this an overreaction or not? So there you can see the guys that were drafted, the star rookies, Kareem Hunt, Leonard Fournette, Alvin Kamara, which showed you some of the action, some of the great plays that they put together this past season. So is it an overreaction that Barkley is better than any of these running backs? Let's start with you, Field.
I'm going to go with an overreaction. And here's the reason why. I think on pure ability, he would, if I do sort of go back to 2017 and put him in this draft class, I would say, hey, he is the most talented running back on paper. The only reason why I'm going to go with an overreaction is this. We've got, I would say, really 5 or 6 known quantities with 1 year under their belt at the NFL level.
Yeah.
I just don't want to dismiss what Kareem Hunt has already accomplished, what Alvin Kamara did this past year, and what Leonard Fournette did this past year. To a degree, what Christian McCaffrey did this past year. It's sort of a numbers game for me, is that you've got 5 to 6 guys who are already really, really good, that for Saquon to be better than all of them, what it's going to require is borderline historic rookie production, because that's kind of what you got from Kareem Hunt this year, even for a player that was drafted in the 3rd round and who going into training camp wasn't even the starter because Spencer Ware was still healthy.
Yeah. Overreaction or not?
It's definitely an overreaction. I'm going to take 2 birds in the hand and not a 1 in the bush, or 6 in the bush. My thing is this, like he said, we've seen Alvin, we've seen what he's able to do, we've seen what Kareem Hunt's able to do, we've seen what these running backs have done in the National Football League. But for a guy to be the best based on potential and talent, it's crazy to me, because it's all about situation and best fit. If he goes to the Cleveland Browns, we may not know how good he'll ever be.
Right.
But it's all fit. If he ends up, with the New York Giants and they shore up that offensive line, he could be special. So it's all about fit. It doesn't necessarily always come down to talent and potential. It always comes down to fit and how you're used.
Mm-hmm. Do you think he's the best running back in this draft class?
He's the best running back in this draft class if he doesn't go to the Browns. If he doesn't go to the Cleveland Browns, he's the best running back in this draft class. And nothing against Cleveland or that team. It's just that they're well beyond the rebuilding stage. There's a lot of spots that they have to fill out there. And like I said, trying to put a Band-Aid on some of the issues that you have, whether it's at quarterback, it's at the offensive line. They got Josh Gordon back. They got Todd Haley in as the offensive coordinator. So they're going to need a running back that can catch out of the backfield, because Todd likes that style of a running back.
Do you think Todd can get the most out of a running back? Do you think he's the right guy to run an offense if he were to have Saquon Barkley?
Yes, but that's any running back, though. It's hard for me to say, and the reason why I can't say Saquon Barkley is he's the most talented by no means.
Yeah.
I can't say he's the best running back, because if you fast forward or rewind back to the beginning of the season, we couldn't have said that Alvin Kamara was going to be as good as he is. Nope. We wouldn't have said that the running backs that Kareem Hunt. Nobody knew who Kareem Hunt was. But after he started rolling off these games, the first snap from scrimmage, he fumbles, and everybody was just like, oh, here we go. And then, fast forward now, he's a Pro Bowler, and the rest is history.
Led the league in rushing.
Right, absolutely.
Yep.
Yes. You can't guess that. Yep. And now we're talking about, Le'Veon Bell, we're talking about Kareem Hunt, we're talking about guys that necessarily wasn't a top pick in the draft, but we're talking about guys that performed like they were the top pick in the draft. And that's what you can't account for.
As much fun as I'm having arguing with D'Angelo, I agree with him on this, and so I guess I have to say the same thing my 2 colleagues said, and said this would be an overreaction. I'm a sample size guy. It's possible that Saquon Barkley, as brilliant a player as he is, never has a year as good as the one Kareem Hunt just had.
I think he could be dynamic.
Yep.
We're just going with the known quantities.
Let's see it first.
We'll go with the guys that we've seen play in the actual